Hello.
Hello.
Guess it's time to talk about my burial preparations. I have always lived by the phrase that I feel like funerals and burials are for the living more than they are for the dead. Um, don't really believe in an afterlife, and I also just don't think I'll care much once I'm dead and gone. So, as bleak as it sounds, I have no preferences for what happens to my body. I think that whatever makes my family feel good or the best or helps them in their grieving process, like, is what I want to happen. There's a few things that I'd rather not be embalmed. I'd rather go back into the earth. And like if they want to donate my body to science, then like let's go for it. But I mean I want to go into forensics and I work with dead bodies. So it feels a little, hypocritical if I wouldn't allow that to happen to my own body. Um, I don't know. It's just one of those things where, like, I've heard of cases of families being really, really, really upset when bodies are donated to science and how it can make things harder for certain families. And as much as I would like maybe to have one of these more interesting burial options, I feel like the first and foremost for me is what my family wants, especially given the fact that I don't know when I'm going to die. I guess nobody really knows when they're going to die. So I don't know who I'm leaving behind to deal with
That's fair.
me. So, like, I don't know if I'm like 80, then absolutely donate my body to science. I want to see what kind of weird shit's in there. But well, I guess I won't be able to see, but other people will. But also, if it was something more tragic and younger, I feel like that's more hard to grieve through. So just like the blanket statement of like, I'm okay with being buried. I'm okay with being put in a tomb. I'm okay with being cremated. I'm okay with being donated to science. Ideally, not embalmed, but that's partially because I don't really want. I feel like it's so bad for the environment. All the embalming, like
You don't want to smell like formaldehyde.
no, I don't want to smell like formaldehyde. I don't want to if at some point I want to be able to return back to the earth and be like
Yes.
a part of the earth.
Would you want your family to turn you into a tree?
I would love that. I would love to be turned into a tree. You know what? That freeze dried method, go for it. Make me into a tree.
You
Make
don't
me
want to be
into a
made
record
into
that
the
just
liquid
complains
fertilizer?
24/7. Like, I am all for it. I
Yeah, that's honestly that's very you to be concerned about other people's feelings over what you would specifically want.
I mean, I can't imagine my family would be like super questioning what I would want. And like, if I'm dead, I'm gone. I don't know what's happening. I'm not going to pull my grandma and say, just leave me by the side of the road. It's easiest. Like, that's a little bit far. I understand the mentality, but like, I would never want somebody to, if like cremation is the only affordable option, like, go for it. Like, I don't want to be an inconvenience to other people or get in the way of other people's grieving process.
Like, are you planning to leave behind like a note or anything of saying what you do like, but do whatever makes y'all happiest? Just in
Probably
case they
all
like
like
want
like
some guidance from you.
a choose your own adventure path. So you pick your path. So you think cremation sounds good. Okay, here's where I might want my ashes to be spread. If you're going to do something that
Okay.
involves me being composted and like turned back into the earth, here's how I'd want it to do. If you want burial, no embalming, but you can do all this other stuff. If you want to
Yeah,
donate
so
my body to science, put me in the forensic field or let the med students go at me. Ideally, no blowing up or any of those weird side things that they do with bodies in research. That just seems a little
yeah,
much. So, but yeah, like I'll make it clear what I don't like, but
Yeah.
again, like, what am I gonna do? Complain?
That is such a you take on this whole thing. Just like,
I'm just
I don't care.
saying,
I'm not going to be there.
it's not my problem. Not my monkey, not my circus.
Oh, I want to make bad jokes, but this is a recording for a class. So.
Uh,
But yeah, that
sounds
sounds
about
like
right.
you. I'm gonna
I
be
mean,
if the worst happens, I'm gonna be attending your funeral. Like, ah, yes. She didn't give a shit.
I mean, okay, this is something that I've said before this class. I've been saying this for years, since I was like 12. Like, this is not a new development. I'm pretty steadfast with my belief. I mean, I just experiencing other people's death, and um like I remember being a lot younger, and there was a lot of people who were like around actually my current age, who all randomly died out of nowhere, like between the ages of 18 and like 24.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of funerals we went to for a period of time that were just like in the community. And I just remember seeing how like important those funerals were to the families. And I just have sat through it. Recently, I've had a few losses in my family, and just I could never look at my great grandma and tell her she can't do something with my dead body. Like, I've seen the way she reacted to losing her husband, and I and a kid, and the lack of control she had over what happened to her kid, that
Yeah.
I can't step in the way.
All right. I think that's everything in the prompt.